Hello everyone, I am Parth and this is Sahil. Today we will summarize our group assessment 3 for routing and switching subject and justify the recommendations we made in this report. So, what we cover? Uh, we will quickly cover the context and diagnosis, our core recommendations, and how we will implement and test them, and the main risk and mitigation. So, brief context. This report builds on assessment 2. The network has two campus sites, Sydney and Melbourne. As you can see in this image is from assessment 2. So in our this topology, VLAN separates for staff and servers and currently use RIP version 2. Users in Melbourne experience inter-site delays and occasional local latency under a higher load. So our diagnosis identify uh, three main issues. Uh, first one is here is RIP version 2's limitation, slow convergence, and only hop count matrix. Second one is single points of failures in gateway and switching layers. And third one is lack of centralized monitoring, which delays and detections and remediations. Together, this cause higher user latency. So, what are the recommendations? So, our task one is recommendations. So, start with recommendation one, with migrate to OSPF version 2. Our recommendations bundle address determination, resilience, security, and observability. Migrate to OSPF version 2. Strengthen the switching and first hop and path redundancy. Secure and segment VLAN. Deploy a distributed monitoring and secure site-to-site tunnels with modern IPsec. So we will talk about recommendation one here first, which is OSPF version 2 is a link state IGP that floods topology changes and reconvergence faster than RIP. It allows cost-based metrics and ECMP to use multiple links efficiency. Our plan shown in the migration steps on page number 4 and 5 in this report runs OSPF in a parallel with RIP during validations. Secure agencies with authentications and only prefer OSPF routes after lab and pilot verification, which gives a safe rollback path. Uh, let's talk about recommendation two, which is on uh, to harden the switching plane. We specify RSTP for fast layer 2 convergence, LACP for aggregate trunk resilience, port fast with BPDU guard on edge ports, and port security for sensitive endpoints. These steps reduce flapping and speed recovery from link events. Then we have recommendation 3, which is first hop and path redundancy. We propose virtual gateway redundancy using VRRP and where budget allows a secondary WAN for a different carrier. Combine this with OSPF so routing steers automatically on failover. For inter-site connectivity, we recommend route-based IPsec so OSPF can manage traffic when tunnels change state. Then we have our task, as you can see in our recommendations, which I discussed. We made one diagram here to just represent it, and then we have task two, which is wireless LAN design and security control, which we suggest. So wireless LAN will be split into corporate guest and IoT SSID. So corporate uses EAP and EAP TLS, which allows them to access all the data with automated provisioning. Guest uses a captive portal which allows them only to use internet with ACL, and IoT as well, tightly ACL restricted. We also recommend RF surveys and controller based WIPs and WIDS feeding alerts into the monitoring platforms. Uh, then if then from here I'm handovering my report, which will this presentation to Sahil. Sahil will continue from here, who will discuss about cover monitoring, acceptance test, rollout phase, and risk mitigation. So, Sahil, you can continue from here. Yeah.
Can you bro please scroll down?
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, that's it. So, hello everyone. As my colleague has said to me, I have to hand over from here. So now I'm going to the monitoring and site-to-site security. So in the monitoring and site-to-site security, we recommended the Zabbix for center monitoring with per site proxies. Proxies ensure the local data collection continues during the WAN outages, and the central HS servers give consolidation dashboards. For site-to-site security, use IQ version 2 with AAD ciphers and ECDHE-based perfect forward secretary. Certificate-based authentication is preferred over PSKs for lifecycle management and the security. Scroll down please, little bit. Uh, Scroll down. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Our acceptance criteria are measurable. At least 20% of reduction in intersite latency relative to the RIP baseline. 72-hour stable OSPF agencies with no critical flags. VRRP failover without manual intervention. EAP TLS authentication success rate is greater than the 95% during the trials. And the stable IPsec staff. During cutover, we will run verification commands such as show IP OSPF neighbor, show VRRP brief, and show crypto IQ version 2 SA and capture applicable P50 and P95 latency to provide user impact. The rollout is staged. Inventory and firmware audit. Phase 1 and Phase 2. Pilot with one site and Zabbix proxies. Phase 3 is the full rollout and decommissioning after KPIs verification. Each cutover will have a maintenance window, pre-checks, and document rollback steps. So, what are the main risks and mitigation and procurement priorities? So, main risks are devices compatibility and operational complexity. We mitigate this by lab testing, five, firmware audits, runbooks, and operator workshops. Procurement should prioritize the edge routers and the secondary uplink first, then access point upgrades and monitoring capacity. This sequence gives the best availability of the improvements per dollar. Uh, so, can you please scroll down, please? Little, yeah, that's it. So, here is the conclusion and what are the next steps. In summary, our plan is to improve the determinants, resilient and the security and the observability while following the standards based practices. Next steps are the lab validation, pilot deployment, and KPI verification and operator training. We can reduce the run books and test logs upon the request. So thank you for watching with us. Thank you everybody.
Yeah.
And here's
That's
our reference.
yeah. So this is our report three assessment three report for the group assignment, and thank you for watching. And this is all the references which we used to make this report. So thank you guys. Have a good day.